Alright, listen, now I said I'm not gonna do another video on the Freedom phone. However, since my first video, which you can find up here, was one of the first videos on this phone, literally 20 minutes after it was announced, that video was released. It was one of the first videos on this phone, I do have to make a follow-up. It is a must, and I should give you my final opinion on this. And by the title, you can tell I'm no longer neutral on this thing, because in that video and the tech specs video, which you can find up there, I was very neutral. However, after a few days now and a lot of more research, I can tell that the Freedom phone is just a big pile of crap. Now, oh boy, I can already imagine people have already paused the video and they're commenting all sorts of crap. Blah, 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 blah. I know, I cannot stop that. And the comment sections are going to be open. I'm not going to close the comment section. So type whatever crap you want. But then again, YouTube's rules dictate that I cannot allow hateful crap in the comments. So I will be deleting extremely offensive or provocative things. And that goes the same for the previous two videos. If you want to go check them out. If you watch the video, please do yourself a favor and avoid the comment section. And if you do have to go to the comment section, please get a freaking hazmat suit for your freaking eyes, because it is pretty damn nasty. So anyway, the Freedom phone is just a big ball of crap. Now, the founder, that Erik Finman guy, he boasted about the phone, blah, 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 blah. And eventually he, after a lot of people found out a lot of crap, that this phone is basically a Chinese $120 UmiDigi A9 Pro, which is a crappy phone. And for those who don't know, just a quick just a heads up. This company, UmiDigi, is one of the first companies that started making knockoff iPhones. They made a knockoff iPhone 10. I clearly remember that. So this phone's business model is not really that good. They have a very crappy business model, stealing ideas and making it their own. You can Google UmiDigi fake iPhone or UmiDigi iPhone clone. You'll see the UmiDigi logo on a really nasty iPhone clone. So this company's business model is not really that honest. They're basically a cheap budget manufacturer that steals ideas. So that says a lot about them at the beginning. Another question I have is, before we get into the more meatier things, if this phone is the all-American phone, why didn't they use an American company to manufacture the phone? Well, they cannot manufacture it in the US. But how about an American-owned company at least? But then you'll be like, oh no, that's Apple, Google, and Motorola. And you'll be right. Apple and Google are the only known, widely known mobile manufacturers that are American-owned. And Motorola is no longer American-owned. Motorola Mobility is owned by Lenovo. Motorola was a single company, but a few years ago they split apart. Motorola Solutions is still an American company. However, Motorola Mobility is owned by Lenovo, a Chinese company. So Motorola is no longer in the picture. However, this Erik Finman guy had one more option, and you'll be like, oh, what is that option? There's no other option. They had to go for this Chinese phone. No, there is another option. You've probably seen this option at Walmart. You've probably seen this option at a lot of phone stores, but you just ignored it because their name sounds a bit off. And what's this company I'm talking about? I'm talking about Blue. Yeah, Blue is an American company, 100%. They're based in Florida. They're based in Doral, Florida, and it's a 100% American company. So why not support an American business and use Blue? And you must be like, oh, they're probably very expensive. No, Blue products are very identical in price. Now here's an identical phone, the Blue G90 Pro. It is very identical to the UmiDigi A9 Pro, but it's also superior in many ways. It uses an identical processor and stuff. but it has a bigger battery, and it's generally a better phone. It's a slightly bigger display as well. Now, Blue also has a shady history. They're not perfect. However, they're still more recognized than that thing. So if this thing is an all-American phone, why didn't they contact Blue instead of Umidigi? Why'd they do that? Again, profit. The main thing here is profit. Now, the Umidigi A9 Pro, you can get it as low as $120. And I'm pretty sure since this guy is buying it in bulk, he's getting it probably for lower than that. The Blue G90 Pro is now going for $220. Now, $100 difference does not seem that much. However, if you sell about, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 phones, I'll give him a good estimate of 20,000 phones sold. When you rack up the numbers, that $100 makes a big difference. So he's actually racking up a lot of profit here. And that is just the difference profit. When you factor in the overall profit, meaning the 120 to 500 difference, you're looking at a lot of profit. So yeah, I believe this Erik Finman guy looked at profits over actually supporting an American company, because I honestly, if they wanted to make this the all-American phone, they could have contacted Blue. They're based in Florida. They're still made in China, but everything's made in China. So they could have honestly contacted Blue. Trust me. They're more interested in the money aspect of things rather than the America aspect of things. Now, jumping on to the rest of this phone. Now let's discuss the OS on this thing. Now it's called Freedom OS, but in reality, people found it to be just a reskinned LineageOS, and it was also confirmed by the man himself, Erik Finman. For the tech savvy, our operating system on the phone is our own blend of AOSP, meaning Android, LineageOS, GrapheneOS, which are also flavors of Android, if I may. And they're similar to Android, and they use a lot of Android framework. That's basically what they are. And our personal development as well. Our tech is a custom model of phone with parts from all over the world, but the phone is not manufactured in mainland China. A quick switch over to Google, and we can see that Umidigi, let's Google the company here. Umidigi is a Chinese smartphone manufacturer based in Shenzhen City. Shenzhen City is mainland China. What are you talking about? It's just a damn lie. Shenzhen City is mainland China, and they're not going to move their manufacturing facility just because this guy does not want it to be built in mainland China. Like, come on. So that's a lie. And LineageOS, as you can see their webpage here. And now he said this thing, he mentioned this thing called Trust. Trust is their form of anti-tracking, anti-blah, blah, 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 blah. This thing, your data, your rules with powerful tools such as Trust. You're in control of whatever apps can do whenever you want. I've seen that somewhere. Where? Oh, on LineageOS's website. Your data, your rules with powerful tools such as Privacy Guard, they changed that name, and you're in control of what your apps can do whenever you want. It's just basically, he took this feature of LineageOS and he called it Trust, and he just slapped it on his phone. Yeah, he has not really done much here. He's just changed the look of things, taken the Aurora store, and we'll talk about that in a bit. And he's just basically slapped together a phone with existing framework, and he's called it his own. Now let's talk about that damn app store. Alrighty, so now let's discuss the app store on the Freedom phone. He says it's an uncensorable app store, our own app store. Read what you like, read what you like, watch what you like, think what you like, nothing is censored. But in reality, now you must be thinking, okay, this app store he built from the ground up. Nope. This is the Aurora store. The Aurora store is an APK downloadable online, and you can slap it on to LineageOS. So it is not his own app store. It's a reskinned Aurora store. Don't believe me? Google it. Do your own research. I am all for everyone doing their own research. This thing is just a reskinned Aurora OS. Not looking too good there. And here's the icing on the cake. Now, you must be thinking, this thing cannot be tracked. There's no way anyone can track your stuff or they're not collecting data just like the bigger companies. Are you sure about that? Because if you read their privacy policy here and you scroll ways down, if you read this, types of data collected, and if you keep reading, usage data is collected automatically when you're using the service. Usage data may include information such as your device's internet protocol address, browser type, blah, 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 blah. Just go ahead and read this thing. This phone is tracking you. What are you talking about? They're doing the same thing that other companies do. And they're saying they don't? Don't believe me. Go to their privacy policy. Don't believe me. And trust me, the more I read about this thing and the more everyone should read about this thing, the lesser it sounds than an actual privacy-based phone and more of a big money grab that is just out to trick gullible people. This phone probably has a worse security than most of the older Android phones out there. I'm pretty sure I'd trust an ancient Android phone from 2012 over this thing. I'd rather trust this untested prototype, a Nokia N8 prototype from 2009 over this Freedom Phone thing. I'd rather trust the Nokia N-Gage from the early 2000s over that thing. You get my point, right? This phone, the more you read about it, the more shady it becomes. Don't believe what you see on this website and don't listen to that Erik Finman guy. Do your own research. It's always good to do your own research. And the more you do your research, the more this thing turns out to be a huge money grab and probably a very big security risk. So you may ask, what is the best way to keep your data private? Is there a 100% way? And I'm gonna say downright, there's no 100% way. The only way you can near 100% is getting rid of smartphones and then getting like those old Nokia black and white phones. But still, those can also be tracked because you're putting a SIM card and that SIM card is owned by a telecommunications company that can track the SIM card. So how do you get close to 100% on a smartphone? The best thing you can do is get an Android phone like a Pixel and install GrapheneOS or LineageOS on it. GrapheneOS is a bit more private than LineageOS, so you can go ahead and do that. However, not everyone knows to unlock bootloaders, install custom OSs, slap on special app stores and stuff like that. Not everyone can do that, and that's okay. Not everyone is expected to do that. Not everyone is tech savvy. What if you want an out-of-the-box phone that just works and is the best for privacy? Now, I'm gonna get blasted for this. People are gonna lose their crap over this. But I'm gonna say it. And I'm gonna say it. Get an iPhone. Just get an iPhone. Apple has proven to be, compared to the others, the best at keeping your data secure. Because if you Google Apple versus Facebook, don't believe me, Google it now, Apple versus Facebook. Apple actually picked a huge fight with Facebook, and after iOS 14, they're restricting apps that can track you. There is let me show it to you so that, okay, so now we're in my iPhone 12 Pro Max's settings app, and we're gonna see this thing under privacy called tracking. Now what this basically allows you to do is, when this thing is turned on, it prompts apps to ask you whether you want to be tracked for advertisements or not. This basically gives you the choice to opt out of being tracked. And if you Google, don't believe me, Google Facebook versus Apple, you'll see a huge case that went on a few months ago between Facebook and Apple. Apple was like, we're giving users the ability to opt out of tracking. And Facebook was mad about it. And Mark Zuckerberg's reputation took a huge hit on that, because he was basically telling Apple, hey, we want to track people. Do not include that feature. And Apple was like, take it. No, we are not going to let that happen. We're going to give our users a option to opt out of tracking, and this is basically what you can do. And now when Android 12 comes out, Android 12 is also going to have this feature, so you're going to be able to opt out of ad tracking in Android 12. So this is honestly more secure than that goddamn slapped together mess of a Freedom phone, which is a $120 piece of crap phone. So for now, if you really want an out-of-the-box phone that prevents data tracking to a certain extent, I'd say, get an iPhone, or you can wait for Android 12 if you want an Android phone. So this is basically what the current situation of this whole Freedom phone thing is, what's going on and all that stuff. It is just a shady money grab. Like I said earlier, if it was about America, they'd use Blue and not a Chinese branded company. This is just a big joke. Stay away from this phone. It's a money grab. You're wasting your money. For $500, you can get a much better Android phone, or you can get a used iPhone you can get an iPhone 11 for $600, I believe. So just for $100 more, you can get a much better phone. I'm recording this video on an iPhone 11. As you can see in the reflection there, which is an amazing freaking phone. And you can get a used iPhone 11 for way less than that as well. So do yourself a favor, stay away from this crappy phone. And that's basically my final thought on it. This is the ultimately final video I'll do on the Freedom phone. I'm not buying that phone. I'm not bringing it 5 feet within my house. Like I said, I'd rather trust those old thingamajigs over there than that phone. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this video informed you as usual. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, or a big dislike, because I know a lot of you are mad right now, but that's okay. And leave a comment down in the description below, in the comments below, basically what you think. And I'm pretty sure the comments are going to be nasty, but that's okay. Anyway, see you guys in the next video.